and thank you for watching Forward, your show exclusively for the College of Education here at Mississippi State. Later, we're going to be talking to Dr. Tina Shultiess, who's the director of the World Class Teaching Program. But now we have Dr. Ty Abernathy, and this is your first time on the show. Welcome.
Thank you so much.
Awesome.
I'm delighted to be here.
Thank you so much for coming on. And so I wanted to start off by kind of talking about your background. I know that you work with the College of Education as well as the Social Science Research Center here on Mississippi State's campus. Can you just discuss what brought you to Mississippi State and maybe some of your research initiatives?
Sure. When I was a graduate student at Mississippi State in the Department of Psychology, I began working with Dr. David McMillan on a freshman student success project, and it turned into an opportunity for me to come back and work at the Social Science Research Center, and that was 20 years ago now.
Wow, that's amazing. Now, with the Social Science Research Center, what exactly, I know, is it the Pathfinders or is it the Navigators that you work with?
We are the Pathfinders.
Pathfinders, okay.
And we are a research project that focuses on class attendance and the importance of it. And we began sharing that message with freshman students at the beginning of school, even as early as orientation.
That's amazing. So I'm sure you're talking about it a lot now that we have orientation going
Yes.
on. June and July is super busy going on here, so that's wonderful. Now, this May, we had a study abroad opportunity. Can you discuss a little bit about how that came about?
Sure. I'm also an associate professor in the Department of Educational Psychology, Counseling and Foundations. And I thought it would be a good opportunity to give the students a study abroad trip and offer that. And as a result, we had 19 students sign up, both in educational psychology and psychology, both undergraduate and graduate students. And we had an opportunity to tour and visit Vienna, Austria, as well as Prague in the Czech Republic.
Wow, that's amazing. I think we have several pictures from your trip. They're just beautiful sights. Can you explain what, so there's about 19 to 20 students that went, and
Right.
What type of majors, were they? Were they psychology, educational psychology, probably a little bit of both?
Most were psychology. We did have some educational psychology. And then a few students from other disciplines also joined us, including special education and biological sciences.
Wow.
So we had a good mix of students.
That's great. So what were some of you mentioned to me earlier, Offset, that some of the students actually went on to go to different places while they were over there. Can you talk about that a little bit?
Yes. In fact, our trip was 10 days. However, there were a number of students who went prior to the beginning of our trip or stayed later after our trip. And they visited other cities and countries, including London. In fact, I had a few students go to the Ritz-Carlton and have tea and crumpets prior to the beginning of our trip. Other students went to Paris and had lunch in the Eiffel Tower, visited the Louvre and saw the Mona Lisa. Other students went to Frankfurt, Salzburg, and enjoyed the Sound of Music tour, as well as Budapest. So students really took advantage of being in Europe and traveling beyond the countries we were visiting.
That's awesome. Now, this is the first traditional study abroad program, both for the educational psychology department and partly, I mean, we do have the METP students who do go to Canada each year, but since this was an actual class, can you explain how important that is, that this was, something that you wanted to do?
Well, a study abroad opportunity, in my view, is very important. In fact, when I was speaking with a lot of professionals at Mississippi State in order to get the program approved and to work out several of the details, many mentioned that they wished they had had the opportunity to study abroad when they were an undergraduate. The Department of Psychology, as well as my home department, neither had a study abroad program. So I just thought it would be a perfect opportunity. I had the opportunity to travel as an undergraduate. Travel is the best educational learning experience that a student in particular, can have. I received an email recently from Annika Campbell in the Office of Study Abroad, and she thanked me for putting in the work to develop the program, but the comment that really stuck out to me and that's still in my mind is she said, "You gave these students an opportunity of a lifetime." And so that was rewarding. This was rewarding both personally and professionally for me.
That's wonderful. And now I know that you're really anxious to get it going and kind of make this an every summer thing.
That would be nice. This particular study abroad program was approved as a special topics course. And we titled it An Exploration of the European Contributions to Psychology, Psychiatry, and Mental Health. But it would be fantastic if in time we could turn this into a permanent course that is always offered by the department in order to give students an opportunity to do this going forward.
That's awesome. Well, thank you so much for coming on and talking about the study abroad. I was very jealous when I looked at the pictures because it just looked like you had a fantastic time.
Thanks so much.
Thank you for coming on, and we'll be right back with Dr. Tina Shultiess.
We all depend on accurate weather forecasts to plan our day. That's why Mississippi State University is teaching students to forecast the future using real-world news sets as classrooms, putting scientific discoveries in meteorology to the test, while honing on-air reporting skills real-time with local TV stations. And we do it so well that at any given moment across the country, 1 in 3 weather forecasts are being delivered by MSU-trained meteorologists who are helping people make crucial decisions that impact their safety, working to ensure business continuity, and in many cases, saving lives. Predicting the future? That's what we're preparing for every single day so that you can prepare for your day. Imagine robotic technology that puts lives back together again. We are at Mississippi State University, where we ring true.
Welcome back. Now we have Dr. Tina Shultiess, who's the Director of World Class Teaching Program. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
And so you work for the World Class Teaching Program. How long has it been at Mississippi State?
We were actually the pilot in Mississippi. There are 6 world-class teaching programs throughout the state. We started here in 1996 after legislation was passed to support teachers going through national board.
And you've been with the World Class Teaching Program for how long?
I served as interim in 2008, and then I have just come on board, 2014, so it's not just, I said I was going to be here just for a little while, but...
Yeah. Well, we kept you a little bit longer.
Yeah.
So can you explain to our viewers what exactly the World Class Teaching Program is and what the purpose is?
We are a university-based program to support teachers that are going through national board certification. That's first-time candidates, we have retake candidates, and we also have renewal candidates. And my program supplies mentors, workshops, training for teachers that are pursuing national board certification.
Now with the national board certification, what exactly does that mean? So it's teachers that are already in the field, and then this is, you know,
Yeah,
Okay.
icing on the cake.
Okay.
What they have to do is you have to have 3 years experience of teaching.
Okay.
And you have to have a license in the state that's valid, and you have to have graduated from an accredited university
Okay.
program. And then in Mississippi, they actually passed legislation so that teachers that are National Board Certified get $6,000 stipend
Wow.
a year.
Okay.
On top, and that's when it really picked up steam.
Because
in
it has an
Mississippi.
incentive,
Yes,
so
it has an
yes.
incentive that goes with it. But there's lots of research out there that shows that teachers that are National Board Certified, their students do well. They do better than a teacher that is not. So, you know, that's why Mississippi jumped on it. It's one of the things that Mississippi has really done right in education.
That's awesome. Now, I know that the summer is very busy for y'all. You just had a workshop. I think we have some pictures of that. But you, can you explain a little bit who comes to the workshops and what exactly happens there?
We have several workshops throughout the summer. We do a 4-day summer standards workshop. That is for teachers that are first time, just now starting the process. And they come in and learn about the 4 components that they have to complete in order to get nationally certified. We also have renewal workshops that we work with teachers that are renewing the process. As long as you keep your certificate live, then you get that $6,000 stipend. So people
great.
continually renew the process.
Wonderful.
We have an assessment center workshop for teachers. One of the things is actually a test where they go in and we help prepare them for that. We have mentor training. We just developed a mentor academy and had our 2nd annual mentor academy a couple of weeks ago. So we want our mentors to be consistent in their support.
Okay.
We have a very diverse population of learners.
Of course.
We've got renewal, we've got all those that I've talked about. So we want our mentors to all be trained in the same way so they can be consistent. If you're in one part of my recruiting area, then you're going to get the same support as you would if you were in a different part.
Exactly. Okay. And so how many people, I know that we just had a class go through for the World Class Teaching Program. How many teachers did we have come through?
Last year?
Yes.
We had first-time candidates that had not received any scores. We had about 100.
Wow.
Now, right now, due to social media, we've really picked up the pace with
Of
our social
course.
media. We are already up over 60 for our Summer Standards Workshop this
Wow.
summer. So we're very excited
That's
about that.
amazing.
Very
so
excited.
if people are interested in getting certified, how would they go about the process?
They would contact us if they're in our recruiting area and come to one of our workshops. But we have a Facebook page, we
Okay.
have Twitter, we have a website which is wctp.msstate.edu. And if they go in there and click on support, they can find everything they need. It
That's
also has my contact, so they can
Oh, great.
email or call me.
That's great. Well, thank you so much for coming on to talk about the World Class Teaching Program. I know it's very important for the state of Mississippi for sure. And I just thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. All right, well, that wraps up for this month of Forward, and go Dogs.